of the time when you think about Airbnb, you think that it requires property to actually make money from that type of platform. And when I start telling people that you can make money from short-term rental platforms like Airbnb and VRBO without owning property or putting up any money, people really don't believe me. So I'm going to jump into that in today's video and show you exactly how you, a total beginner with no real estate experience, with no background in hosting, can actually make substantial income. Most co-hosts or most people that do what I'm about to tell you are people that work part-time, maybe an hour or two a day, and they make a full-time income from doing this. So no, it's not a scam. I'm going to show you exactly what this opportunity is and how to get started in today's very short video. So before we actually get into this, there are a few things you need to understand. In the world of short-term rentals like Airbnb hosting and VRBO, there's almost kind of like a bubble that's been created. So Airbnb hosts, they are in control of their business. They have multiple properties, and as these properties start to grow and the demand keeps going up, they acquire more property and more property and more property. So a lot of successful Airbnb hosts nowadays may have 5, 6, 7, 10, and even higher properties, short-term rental properties. Now, the reason that Airbnb hosts got into that business and what they're trying to accomplish is complete hands-free passive income. The only problem that this creates when you start having that many properties is that there is some maintenance, there is some work involved in maintaining those properties. You need to be able to be available to respond back to guest inquiries, to confirm bookings, to write reviews, and to coordinate as far as, hey, this guest has checked out, this property needs cleaned. You also need to keep track of any maintenance items. So when a cleaner lets you know of any maintenance that needs to be done or something got broken, then you need to keep track of that as well. So what this did, Airbnb hosting success really created this bubble of opportunity, which is co-hosting, as you can see on my screen. So co-hosting, what does that mean? What is it? Co-hosting is a way for everyday people to make money from Airbnb without owning property. The way that they do this is they actually they come in and they help Airbnb hosts with that bubble, with that challenge, with that struggle that they are having of maintaining their properties so that they can continue scaling in a hands-free passive income business model. So a co-host is a typically remote position. There are some positions that might require you to be local, like if someone really wants you to visit, drop by the property. But 9 times out of 10, these are going to be remote positions. And all you do as a co-host is you help with the kind of online messaging back and forth portal. So this is why I said it only takes an hour or two to really do this position. And as a co-host, you're working for yourself. So you're not working for the Airbnb host. You're not working for Airbnb. These are typically 1099 contracted positions where you are connecting with a host, a profitable, successful Airbnb host who just needs your help responding to guest inquiries, coordinating things with the cleaners, and basically just being available so that when a reservation comes through or a guest has a question about the property, there's someone there able to actually pick up their phone and respond back to that guest. Now, as you can probably tell, these are typically very, very easy positions. Let me scroll down on this page a little bit so you can see what exactly a co-host takes. Now, this document that I'm going over with you, it's like a 20-page document, but I'm going to include this in the description below. So if you want to download this document and learn all the ins and outs about co-hosting, as well as get all your messaging templates, your legal contract, and actually figure out how to start this business, it's in the description. So that's available for you. But really, when you're thinking co-hosting and how to be successful and what skills you might need, or if this is going to be an opportunity that is right for you, you need to be thinking hospitality and customer service. That is what the Airbnb business is all about. Now, mind you, as a co-host, you're not putting up any upfront investment. You don't have to go buy property. You don't have to do rental arbitrage. You are saving yourself a lot of the risk that Airbnb hosts are taking. But by partnering with the right hosts, the hosts that are already successful, who know what they're doing, who have multiple properties, that sets your business and you up for success as well. So make sure that you kind of have a knack for hospitality, that you're good at communicating online, and that you have, maybe not customer service background, but you at least kind of understand how to be good at customer service. Because that is, at the end of the day, the Airbnb host wants to keep 5-star reviews. They want to keep their super host status. And that comes down to, reviews, right? So you want to make sure that you really understand how to maintain those 5-star reviews, communicate well with the guests, be respectful, and answer their questions, okay? Pretty simple. So there it is right there. You don't need a real estate license, guys. You don't need to even set up an LLC. It doesn't take that much time. It kind of depends on how many properties you're managing for the host, right? But yeah, typically like anywhere between 1 to 3 properties is only going to take an hour a day to do. And then how you get paid. This is another big question that people have because they don't understand who they're getting paid from or how they get paid. So as a co-host, you're in partnership with a host. You make that connection, you decide which hosts you want to work with, but you're still in charge of your own business. So in this document, I have a legal contract. Any co-host should do this if they're thinking about, if they're getting into co-hosting. Here it is right here. You want to sign a legal document with your host so that you know that the owner, the host, is going to do said things, and you can edit this document depending on what you agree on, and then you, the co-host, is going to, do X, Y, and Z. That protects you and the host from any miscommunications of, I thought this was your responsibility, I thought you were going to take care of this, and it also outlines your compensation, right? So a lot of, let me scroll back up. A lot of co-hosts, it kind of depends on, how many services you're offering. Are you just doing basic messaging tasks? Are you someone who's local, who wants to, drive by the property and restock the toilet paper every once in a while, or do like a cleaning check? But ultimately, you're going to be making between 15 and 30, sometimes even more, % of the overall revenue, the overall booking. So how that works is the Airbnb host, they get a reservation request, and you're probably there responding, answering guest inquiries, confirming the reservation, things like that. But that money is all taken through Airbnb's portal. That's how you guys get paid. So the guest submits payment through Airbnb. Airbnb verifies everything, and then they send that payout to the main host, okay? Now, based on your guys' contract, your agreement, you are entitled to whatever your negotiation wage or percentage was. So let's say the total overall booking was $1,000 and your fee was 30%, right? You're going to be making $300 on that total overall reservation cost. And this is just that's just one property, usually for a couple night stay. So if that property is getting booked for a couple nights every weekend or whatever, let's say 3 or 4 times a week, and then that host also has 2 more properties that are doing the same, you can see how this can really start to add up. And all you're doing as a co-host is from your phone, remote position, work from home. When an inquiry comes in, when a guest has a question, when they check out and the cleaners need to know, hey, can we come to this property? You're sitting there behind your phone, answering their question or confirming a booking or writing a review, right? Very, very easy, simple stuff. As long as you're kind of good at customer service and online platform and you understand the importance of hospitality, then this is something that works good for you. Now, what else is in this document? Like I said, it's like 20 pages. So one of the key parts I wanted to cover was the scripts. There's 4 different scripts in here of how to actually connect with a host, okay? So if you guys want access to those scripts, I'm going to show you exactly how to find a host. And then you can use, these are copy and paste scripts that you guys can use that have been proven to actually lock down these Airbnb hosts who are desperate for your help. And when I say desperate for your help, I mean that they are actively seeking somebody. You don't have to convince them. They're actively seeking somebody to jump into this role and help them manage their property. So let me show you right now where these job postings are, how you can access them, okay? Okay, so here we are. All I did was a very quick basic search for Airbnb co-host. And there's a couple different platforms to actually look on for this, but I'm looking on Google Jobs. So this is showing all the jobs, maybe on different platforms like Indeed or Upwork, or any other job boards where people are posting seeking a co-host. The biggest thing to keep in mind here is that a lot of Airbnb hosts may not know it's called co-host. That was kind of the term coined by Airbnb. So they might have in their title virtual assistant or property manager, vacation rental manager. So you need to be aware of that when you're searching for these jobs, okay? Okay, sorry about that. My phone was going off. But anyway, so so be aware of that it might be called different things when you're doing these job searches. And I can make a different video. If you guys want to see a full video of actually finding these jobs, more in detail, I can do that as well. Just comment if you want like a part 2 of this, or if you want to see me show you more specifically. But this is just kind of a brief overview. So you have all these jobs. Literally, we can scroll for days. Like I said, these are not people, these are not Airbnb hosts that you have to go and contact cold that don't even want your help. These aren't people that you have to convince, hey, let me take this over for you, right? That's not a good way of going about it. These are people that have actually posted that they are searching for this help, okay? And all these jobs are going to be a little bit different because each Airbnb host might be seeking different things, okay? So let's just click on the first one. And you want to make sure you read over the job highlights. So what exactly are they looking for? What responsibilities do they want you to handle? Do they want you to be an in-person co-host and swing by the property every so often? Or do they, are they fine with you being behind the scenes? Maybe you don't even live in the state or the area that you want. But a lot of these are going to have flexible work schedules. A lot of these are going to be remote, work from home. They're going to require customer service skills, and you don't need prior experience. This one says prior experience as an Airbnb host, co-host, or in a similar role in hospitality, right? You don't need to have any real estate experience. If you understand hospitality, you have experience in customer service or whatever it might be, these jobs are going to be easy for you. So let's keep looking. Airbnb co-host. So, must be able to put the guest first. Responsibilities include guest communications, answering questions, providing detailed information, escalating any complaints to the correct department. Guys, easy stuff. This cannot be any easier. Let's look at this one. Like, they're all going to be pretty similar as far as, what they're looking for. But, able to work independently. This person is looking for, looks like they might be looking for like a property finder. So that's super easy to do too. But leasing manager / Airbnb co-host. Let's see, organized. Guys, these people are actually paying quite a bit. Airbnb co-host. Okay, so I'm not going to jump fully into it, but you're going to find a bunch of these jobs and then you're going to send them the messaging scripts that is in the document I just showed you. Just copy and paste those messaging scripts. And you're going to find a couple, quite a few that actually meet the requirements you're looking for. So you're going to make contact with those hosts, send them those messaging scripts or copy and paste scripts that are proven to work and actually get you co-hosting jobs, outline your, highlight your field of expertise and what you're able to provide this host. And then from there, you're going to negotiate wage. If you want an hourly wage, great, but a lot of co-hosts do it more as a percentage, meaning they're making a percentage of the revenue because it's very hard to calculate hourly how much time this actually takes you. If you're just responding to a message here and there, responding to this message here or there, it's not necessarily like an hourly position, if that makes sense. Maybe you're only working an hour or two a day, but it makes a lot more sense to make a percentage of the overall revenue. So anyway, like I said, you guys can keep scrolling. These jobs are like a dime a dozen. This is a huge bubble of opportunity that short-term rental hosts are in need of right now. I literally know hosts who are looking for co-hosts right now, okay? So there's no reason why anybody, no matter your experience, shouldn't be able to go out and get one of these jobs and help Airbnb hosts grow their business while you also make good money, very like a full-time income from part-time, a couple hours a week of work. So let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions, and go download that co-hosting guide that I'll put in the description of this video. I'll do another video showing you more in detail if you guys would like. Just comment and ask me if that's something you want. And of course, let me know of any other questions that you might have.